I'm curious. What did you find recently from your childhood? It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. So the gentleman who does our news, his name is Scott. Incredible guy. He likes to dress up as turtles, but that's another story. That's something from his childhood. But recently, you found what, Scott?
I found a third grade spelling quiz. And by the way, I want to point out, I made 100 on that. I could really rock the spelling quizzes back in the day.
He's showing us it. It's an A+ on this.
I have a takeaway as well. You wrote in cursive, which
I did.
In third grade. You have great penmanship there, Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can even make out
I do
the
not
thing.
I don't write that neat anymore. But back then, you're trying to get every curve and letter just right. So, very neat.
He nailed it. I mean,
Yeah,
I can even read February 27th. Way to go. Looks like there's something on the back of it through the paper. What's that?
So this is amazing. It turns out on the back is a recipe for pickled beans from my grandmother.
Pickled
And-
beans?
What?
She had a huge garden, would can and jar everything. It turns out she would take my graded quizzes, tests, any kind of homework that I would bring home, repurpose it, and write recipes on the back and hand it out to family and friends.
Wow.
So it served, look, Grandma, I get Grandma. It's dual purpose. So she is super proud of her little Scott. And so she lets everyone know he made 100, an A+.
An A+.
And at the same time, here's my pickled beans. Pickled beans?
Pickled beans.
What is that?
That sounds, I'm sorry, no disrespect, Grandma, but ooh.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Memories this morning, just thinking about those things that you found from your childhood. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Marianne is here at 800-447-7234. What was it you found?
We had a family Bible that was large, like a coffee table version of a family Bible. It always was in the front living room during my childhood, and I sold my parents' home about 6 months ago, and so I have the Bible, and I had never looked at this particular page. It was near the front cover, and there it was in my dad's handwriting. He passed away in 2006. The names of our family pets, their death dates, and, he commented, good dog and sweet cat, and put their names, and it was just touching.
I can just imagine all the memories that came flooding in.
He loved animals, and I love animals too, so now I know where that love of animals comes from.
From your daddy. And those animals, do you remember the ones that he listed?
Tiny, who was a Chihuahua Fox Terrier mix, who lived to be 16. He had that noted. And then a fluffy calico Persian that we got at the animal shelter. I can't remember how old she was. He put sweet cat.
Oh, so sweet.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
There's a big honkin' pie at Costco right now that people seem to be talking about. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
I get it if you're going to a party, but if you're taking that back to the family of 4, oh my goodness.
Yeah, because it's how many pounds?
5 pounds.
It's a 5-pound pie. It's a peanut butter pie, I think.
Peanut butter chocolate. It's like a big old Reese cup. I guess. I've never tried it. But it's like peanut butter mousse and chocolate mousse over the top of the crust. And I think there's something around the edges as well. All I know is I will need a nap after having even a slice of that.
Yeah, and 3 marathons in a row.
Right?
Can you imagine the calorie intake on that thing?
I can't even per slice, right? But the cost is kind of up there as well. Although it is 5 pounds of pie, it's like $20.
Right? Yeah.
So I guess for what you're getting if you're going to a party, but I think it's so tall as well. So each slice is like a building. It's like a 5-story building.
It's like a building.
It'll sit like a building.
This sounds like it's something up Scott's alley, though.
Oh.
Did you just say Reese's peanut butter cup pie? That's what I thought I heard you say.
Well, I think it's kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup because it's peanut butter mousse and it's chocolate mousse.
Well, see, that
I love it.
That's Scott's love language is Reese's.
Oh, right.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Peanut butter eggs and the Easter basket and all the things.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So Scott moments ago was sharing about his joy of Reese's, especially this time of year.
I love it. I'll eat them any time of year. But, we put them in the Easter gifts now, so they kind of pop back up.
And so I'm thinking, because it's On the Road with Rob and Lizz on Friday in Charlotte. So we'll be at the Bojangles parking lot. That's exit 77, the Carowinds exit. That's like exit 90. And in Charlotte, and giving away the free gas and all that stuff on Friday morning. But I'm thinking, because word's getting out that Scott is all in to Reese's, that there's going to be a lot of Reese's coming by for Scott.
But I feel like we should take a tax off the top.
And I never heard of this. And Liz is talking about taking a tax off the top, which I'm like, what? We don't charge them money.
No, we don't charge money, but I'm going to take a tax in Reese's. So Matt texted and said, we do that. It's called a candy tax. We do it with our kids every single year.
So you take some of the candy?
Yeah, you take some of the candy.
Oh.
I mean, so if
Sorry, Scott.
if 5 show up, one's got to come back to the homestead. It's got to be the tax. Christy said there's always, she texted 800-447-7234, said there's always a handling fee.
Handling fee?
Absolutely.
Oh, my. Okay, so here's Jessica. Your thoughts, Jessica, about this whole thing.
So anytime I open a snack or open candy for my son, I take a mom tax, as I call it, off the top from my son.
And how much is that off the top tax?
It's like a couple pieces, like I would say like maybe 2 to 5 pieces of candy.
Mm-hmm. What about the French fry tax?
Probably, that depends. Is it good French fries?
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Yeah, this seems like a movie to me, but it's not. This really happened. There's a couple of guys, they're in prison, and with, believe it or not, a toothbrush, they started digging a tunnel. And it took a while, but they dug a tunnel. Serious, this really happened in Virginia. 2 prisoners escaped. And where did they go? They got 7 miles to an IHOP.
Well, I mean, when you need a pancake, you need a pancake.
Right? And then there were a couple of people that went, oh, wait, those are prisoners sitting over there getting their flapjacks.
Right. I mean, it could be the jumpsuit,
That too.
Was the giveaway.
The orange jumpsuit.
Right.
And so now they're back, in their prison cells with no toothbrushes.
Right. Are they going to have to use the finger method?
Yeah. What's that movie, Scott? Scott said this reminded him of a movie.
Shawshank Redemption. Remember,
That's
he used the little tool and kind of did the little digging and cut through the hole.
Did they use a tooth? I've never seen it. So did they use a toothbrush or whatever?
No, not a toothbrush.
No, it's the little. I can't remember the name of the tool,
It's
but
called spoon.
Did they use a spoon?
It's got a little point on it.
Who is in that movie? I've never.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
And Timothy what?
Robbins? Is that it?
Oh, so it's kind of a throwback movie.
It is a throwback
gotcha.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they didn't go to IHOP.
They should have.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
I think we've all seen what happened over this past weekend. Some of those strong storms, even we got some, in the Carolinas and Georgia, but nothing like was in Mississippi.
Tupelo, Mississippi, I don't know if you saw the meteorologist that was there, the NBC affiliate. His name is Matt. And he's really good. He's a great meteorologist, and he is covering the whole weather situation and watching the tornado warnings, and he's making sure that everybody in that city that is watching him do this in-depth report on what's going on with the storm. And all of a sudden, he's realizing in the middle of his forecast and watching what's happening with the tornadoes that something pretty bad is about to happen. I want to pick this up on the moment that he realizes this is really bad. Really bad. And here's how he reacts live on the air. This happened on Friday night.
Oh, man. Like, north side of Amory, this is coming in. Oh, man. Dear Jesus, please help them. Amen. Okay. So, he's going to track along Highway 25. Unfortunately,
And then he gets right back on making sure everybody knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. But the heaviness in his heart. And he's like, he literally, and we'll post this on his radio TV so that you can see him. But he stops, he pauses, and his head goes down in his hand on the desk. And you can hear him sighing real heavily because he knows something's going to happen and lives are going to be devastated here.
Obviously, he can't look in the future and see exactly, but he knows the wind speeds. As a meteorologist, he's seen these things happen, and he can even identify to the town, to the neighborhood, the communities that are in the path of that destruction. And I think just the magnitude of what could happen hits him in that moment, and he turns to God.
He knows that there's only one hope, and the hope is Jesus. And he displayed that in front of everybody in the middle of this storm. So, Matt, we love you, and we're definitely praying for your city right now.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
I don't know if you're into astrology at all, but to see the night sky right now is absolutely amazing. It's Rob and Lizz, his radio. I love God's creation, especially since we know that God created the entire universe.
Right.
You know? And right now, there's something spectacular when the moon is out, and the moon's not out right now. It's just below southeast right now of the horizon.
Okay.
So we just missed it. But when the moon is out, and you'll see this tonight in the next couple of days, there are 5 planets that are aligned in a row, and it looks spectacular.
It does. And so you're going to be able to see Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, and Mars.
I'm sorry, middle school students just laughed in the back seat.
They did, and that's okay. But you aren't going to be able to see probably Mercury and Uranus unless you have binoculars, because they're, dimmer than the others. But Jupiter, Mars, and Venus are going to be like on display.
They look spectacular. You don't see the big planets, or Saturn you can see too right now. So Saturn will throw in there a little bit, so that'll be 6 planets in a row. But 5 are aligned right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be wild to see. I know, what was it like last month? We had, was it Jupiter and Venus that were just so bright, and they were right below the moon, kind of to the right of the moon, for a good long while, several weeks. That was gorgeous. So can't wait to see what's going to happen. I hope, because it looks like it's going to be mostly cloudy tonight for most of us in the Carolinas and Georgia, but it's going to move on, and so tomorrow night may be a little more clear when you can see it.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
If it's free, it's for me, right? Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Absolutely. And you can be happy at the same time, supposedly. So Finland, for whatever reason, I don't know the criteria that goes into it, they have been named 6 years in a row the happiest country on earth. So they decide they want to open that up to the rest of the world, and they want 10 people to come and join them for a master class in happiness.
Isn't that funny?
No, you're not.
We're going to give you a master's class, but a free vacation too, right?
Yeah, it's a free vacation. They're going to cover your flights, your accommodations. They're actually going to put you up in a pretty nice, swanky resort. So
you'll be happy.
Here, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
they're going to send you to a spa, like a spa day or 2.
No way.
So massages, when I first saw, okay, you're going to get a master class in happiness, I'm like, okay, I got to put together a dissertation, an essay. No. You just get a massage. You get to have spa treatments, facials, things
That's
like
the
this.
master's class?
That would make me happy.
Wow.
So, 10 people, you got to put together a video of the things that make you happy in your life. And they say, even if you aren't one of the ones chosen, they will give you some classes on how to be happy.
Oh, online course.
Thanks for that.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
I think music just makes life better. Now, there's some research to kind of back that up a little bit, that it can actually, if you take medication on the regular and you listen to music, it can make the medicine a little more effective.
Really?
Isn't that weird? But there's research that goes into it. And here's what they did. They studied some people that were undergoing chemotherapy and would get extremely nauseated right after, they would have their chemotherapy. So what they said was, instead of taking your non-nausea medicine, just listen to music and see how that reacts. And they found that the music actually worked a little better than even the medicine. And then if you put the two together, it was so much better.
Oh, there's something powerful about music.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. I mean, it can cite all kinds of emotions. So you got to find the right music. I know when you go in to have a baby, there's a lot of times there's a playlist that you have the husband play for you while you're having your child, and it just makes things better.
I guess.
You know?
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Text vacay to 800-447-7234. The word is vacay, 800-447-7234, because you could win a vacation your way as we get ready to do the drawing the first day of Friendraiser on April 11th.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere you want to go, whatever is in your mind right now when you think of the word vacay, vacation, where are you going to take it? Just text the word vacay to 800-447-7234. So Brittany just texted. She texted vacay. She said, my husband and I could use this because we got married this past October. We couldn't afford to go on a honeymoon, so we have been trying to plan an anniversary trip to make up for it, but everything, a little expensive right now. So this would help tremendously.
Brittany, oh my, I
so
hope you win. I want you to win, Brittany. But that's not up to me.
No.
The drawing's coming up just after Easter Sunday on Tuesday the 11th. That's the first day of Friendraiser. So one of the ways to get pre-registered is to give your gift toward Friendraiser now. Go ahead and see how you can do that. Text the word vacay right now. The word is vacay to 800-447-7234, and let's see you win a vacay your way.